All right, it is day 2 of construction. We got Tyler back here, moving some cinder blocks around. Our big plan today is to get one of the racks built completely. Hopefully get it painted, things like that. So it's gonna be a hefty job, but there's gonna be 3 of us working on it. So hopefully it goes rather quickly. And super excited to see what it's actually gonna look like to have a rack up in here. And so we're gonna get right into it. I'll show you guys what we're doing. I'll try to document as much as I can, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Okay, so this is what we're doing. Just in case there's any water that floods in here, or we get any backups or any leaks, we don't want the wood touching the concrete because we think it will rot out eventually, and we want to make it last as long as possible. So we're going to put it up on these blocks, put a piece of wood to disperse the weight, and then do the 2x4s on top of this. So we're going to spread these all out along this whole wall and really just set it up off the ground. And I think that's really going to extend the life of this. The only bad thing is I don't know how much weight these can support. And so if we start filling up tanks and eventually one of these cracks, I think with dispersing the weight, it's going to help by putting one of those on there. What's that? Is Marcus here? Where's he at? Oh, goodness. You know what that means. Okay, so we actually have extra help now. Marcus Aurelius, despite his back pain, going to the doctors, getting shots of stuff, he's here to help. And so this is what we got so far. First one is done. A lot more to go. We got to put another rack on above, which we're doing right now. But this is the hardest one because everything has to be perfectly level and you're kind of just holding a billion things. So we're going to do the top rack now, and then we're going to just build our way down. We decided to bring it off the wall and do maybe a different rack over here because this thing's right here, which was going to be in the way. We got the electrical, just a ton of stuff going on there, so we don't want to cram ourselves, and so we're just going to spread things out. Jeff and Marcus got some new lights hung so we can actually see while we work, and so we're going to keep at it. But I mean, this is just a preview of what it's going to look like. All right, so we're getting farther along. It's taking a little while, but that's okay. So we have 2, 4, this is 5. We're finishing this one right now, then we'll do the one above it. And we're just leveling as we go because you never know if the floor is going to be level or not. And so we're just having to level it completely. And it's going really good. The guys are working hard. And what's up, T?
No, this is cool. Can I do this while you're busy?
Yeah, dude, you're good. So we are getting there. But yeah, we're just leveling as we go and then putting braces in, and then we'll do the top level, nice and level, and just building across. It's gonna look really good when we're done. So this one's gonna hold 12 tanks, and then we're gonna do another row on this side of it, so the backs will be facing each other, and we'll do another row of 12. But yeah, it's coming along. I love it. It makes the 125 look small, this rack. So this is gonna be an amazing addition to Flip Aquatics, and I'm super excited about it. What did you say?
This is first shot on the new video. Chubby boy.
Get out of here. So we do pizza Thursdays here. We get pizza every week. So today's Thursday. We're getting pizza. We're getting ready to take a break. We just finished the halfway point. So halfway done with the rack. Everything is coming out perfectly level. And this is why. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put support braces from here to there, so there's no way that's coming apart. And as you can see, it's just perfectly level. And so this is what this is gonna look like. And then we're gonna have to drill these tanks on the side right here, unfortunately, because everything else is tempered. We think we're gonna have to check them all, but we are getting there. So halfway point, so like I said, we're starting right here, and it's gonna come down to here. And so it's probably gonna end, I'm thinking it will come like 6 feet after this point. So it'll probably end somewhere right in here. And so this is gonna be beautiful. All right, so we got Penny, my helper. I gave her some water on a plate because we didn't have any. Pizza's doing good. She likes the crust. Get a bite. Bite it off. Come on. Oh, come on, Penny. Oh my gosh. I have to break it for her. There you go. All right, so we got one more section left. We just finished the 5th section, and it's getting there. So this is gonna come roughly to right there, which we were thinking. But look at this. It doesn't look as big on camera, but it is huge. Precision. So what they're doing, let me walk you guys down here, I'll show you. Oh, they're actually coming too. Did you? So, okay, I see it. So this is what they're working on. We're double supporting the tanks like this. Boom. And so all this is resting on a 2x4, which is resting on the bottom, and then we're gonna cut a little piece to go down there. Here's the only issue we have. So we're gonna have to buy shims or whatever to fill this gap, because what we did is we leveled each stand, and not all 2x6s are created equal. And so we're gonna have to go down through there and brace it. But they're working on getting all this stuff done, and it's gonna look really good. But we're completely done. The next step is we're going to cut these ones probably off at the base right there, and let that just be flat. And then these ones we're gonna cut like somewhere up in here the whole way, and put a nice little shelf up there, and I think it will work out really well. So we're gonna do one more of these, and so that will be the 24. It'll come out to here, and then the rest of these will have 2 extra on them, and that will equate to 14 per rack. So we'll be able to have, what, 6 racks like that, I think what it comes out to. And so yeah, so we're gonna get as many of these 125 gallons in here as we possibly can. Now this is like the perfect size, and the top of the tank is like right here, which is about waist level, and so we got a whole 12 inches to work with. And then the top ones, the top of it is right about, I guess that's probably like 6 foot, something like that. So this is, it's gonna come out really, really good. So we got some more cutting to do. Tomorrow we're gonna do the painting. We're gonna shore up all these, make sure everything's good. Actually, we might not get to painting because we gotta do this top, but I imagine we'll at least get started on painting. And then this is dry over here where the leaks are. And so I'm gonna do my best to fix that tomorrow, at least clog it up. That way it can't come in anymore. And then what's gonna happen is the water's gonna build up in the wall. It's gonna deteriorate the wall eventually, which the landlord doesn't wanna fix it. So I guess that's on him. They are gonna do the parking lot, which hopefully will fix it, but I don't wanna take any chances because we just don't want water coming in down here. It could really mess some things up. So that's what we're working on. Let me just give you a little panoramic of this. It's exciting. Like, it is just, the video does not do it justice because it is a monster rack. So really, really, really excited. It is now Monday. The rack is getting there. Me and Jeff just went through this morning. We added these beams up here, which is gonna be for the shelf. I just started cutting off this stuff over here. So as you remember, these were coming up on the end. So I just cut them off so that they're level, because obviously we can't do a shelf there just because of that. And that shelf is actually pretty high, but it should work out just fine. And so Jeff's going through right now and adding support braces right there and right there, just kind of hold it all together. And then he went through earlier and measured all these out and put these right where the frame is on the tank. And so he got all those added in. So now all we're gonna do is finish cutting off these top pieces after we get the braces in, and then paint it black. And so once it's painted black, we'll start working on the second rack. We wanted to make sure we knew what we needed. Now we got a pretty good idea of the material it takes. You can guess so much beforehand, but there's always those little cuts you don't think about. So we are getting there. It's a work in progress. So I just now finished up cutting off the top. So as you can see, there's no more points up top. It's completely flat. Now what we got to do, we're going to get a piece of OSB and cut it to fit to put a shelf up top. And then that should be about it. And then we just have to paint it black. And I think it's going to look really good. So On the future racks, this one, we're gonna have one more rack just like this, except it's gonna have the top on it. And then the next rack, it will be this plus one more, because we have more space to go this way. We just didn't want to crowd all the utilities down here because we got water and gas and everything right there. So there's enough room to do one more tank out, but I don't know. This kind of makes me nervous, so I'd rather have the extra space back here, and we could always put something back there, storage or whatever, maybe some shelves or something. But that's as comfortable as I felt coming out farther. So we got another rack coming out to there, and then the rest of them will go all the way closer to the wall. So we're getting very, very close. It's gonna look so good when we put some racks on here. And I think the way we're gonna support this, because obviously when you have a rack that's this is only 18.5 inches wide, I mean, there's a little bit of wobble to it. You probably couldn't tell my camera was shaking more than the rack. But what I'm gonna do is we're gonna bolt the rack to this, and then we're gonna bolt this to that, and then we're gonna bolt that to this. And so it should be pretty solid once we do that. I'm sure even once we just bolt the rack to the wood and the wood to the stone, we're gonna be pretty good. The stone, the cinder block. But it's really getting there. We gotta make sure it's the right distance off the wall. And then I think what we're gonna do is we'll do individual racks on this wall. So we might go 2 tanks right here, 2 tanks right there, 2 tanks right there, and so on and so forth. We might do custom tanks, maybe something a little different. I don't know, but it's really coming along. So there's what one tank looks like. There's probably room to put 2 and then 2 tall on this wall. But we're gonna see. I mean, there's still a lot of building to happen yet, but we're really getting there. And honestly, it's exciting. It's a lot of fun. I wanted to cast a little vision for you guys. So here's rack 1. Here's where the next rack's gonna be. It's gonna be right there. It's gonna come out to there. This is gonna be an aisle. Rack 3, between the racks. Rack 4, aisle 6 or 5. I can't even count. This is gonna be like back where all the plumbing is. 6, I don't even know at this point, but then this is gonna be a monster aisle because we have this in the way. So this rack will butt up against the wall, and then this will be a monster aisle. This is actually 4 feet. And so we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 racks in here. And then the way it works out is these ones are gonna be 14. So from here over, that's 70 tanks. And then this rack is 24, so that puts us at 94 tanks. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to build a rack on this wall. We can fit 4 right here, like we talked about earlier. 70 over here that aren't built. The ones that we're gonna build shortly, that'll be 24. So now we're at 94. So 4 here would take us up to 98, and then we just need 2 more. So these 2 will take us up to 98, and then we'll probably do 2 more right here, and then leave this all open. Or we could do 2 more or 4 more down here, 2 there and there, which would leave us at 104. So we got some options. Sorry for my bad math on the fly, but it is what it is. There's Jeff. Well, Jeff is doing a great job. He's getting it all painted. As you can see, there's some progress behind me. It's gonna definitely take some work to get this whole thing painted, but it's gonna look so much better when it's all done. So Jeff's gonna get back at it. I'm gonna help him probably tomorrow. Tyler's gonna be over here, so hopefully we can knock it out pretty quick and get the next rack built. But lots to come. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys made a great week, and God bless.